Let's continue with our coverage. The relentless surge in commodity prices has left many households grappling with difficult choices, with some forced to survive on just one meal a day. Situations has become tough, making families meticulously budget every shilling to put food on the table. Our reporter Charles Kirubi has prepared a comprehensive story delving into challenges ordinary Kenyans are facing. Take a look.
The cost of living has tremendously risen following the high prices of commodities in the country. Kenyans have been stretching so much to be able to cope with the harsh economic conditions elicited by everyday rising economy. It's not a surprise today to get a number of people or families surviving on one meal a day, or even none. Rather, some get to budget for very small amounts of money to make sure at least they have a meal a day. We have joined a family in one of the slums in Nairobi, Kenya, Mukuru kwa Ruben, to get a glimpse of how most of the families here survive with the high cost of life. Justa Gatweri is a wife and the mother of one living in Mukuru kwa Ruben. She budgets for 300 Kenya shillings for a meal and makes sure that the whole family is fed, including her cousin, and in case of a visitor, they get a bite together.
Kwa familia yangu budget ya 300 inabidi tuna minimize. So like unga, mafuta, nyanya, kitunguu. Lazima tu minimize cause tunakula tuko wengi kidogo.
Justa, who is also called Mama Jabari, has embraced the culture of buying small commodities from small shops in small quantities rather than buying them from supermarkets in bulks to ensure that her budget is not affected.
Mimi na prefer kununua kidogo kidogo. Juu kama huku unaweza nunua mafuta ya 30. Nikienda super siwezi pata mafuta ya 30. Una super itabidi nichukue kama lita 1, 2, lakini huku unaweza pata ya 30. Juu unaweza pata siku niko na tu hiyo 30. So unaona hapo siwezi. Naangalia pia mfuko yangu.
Today she plans for ugali and greens for lunch. She has specific places she purchases goods that fits her pocket. She begins with buying charcoal, where she buys charcoal worth 50 shillings that will only satisfy lunch cooking only. The charcoal shop has different prices of charcoal, including 10 shillings charcoal to make everyone afford them. From the charcoal shop, she then goes to purchase maize flour and cooking oil. She purchases 1 kg maize flour for 110 shillings and cooking oil worth 30 Kenya shillings, which is a bit cheaper compared to buying them from a supermarket.
Juu kama huku unaweza nunua mafuta ya 30. So kama kuna mwenye anaweza kuambia unga kilo moja 120, kuna mwingine atakwambia 110. So sasa unaenda kwa 110.
Buying these commodities from a supermarket is a different story to her, saying that the small retail shops breaks down the prices to make it affordable to her on a daily basis. She proceeds to purchase vegetables from Mama Mboga, where she purchased tomatoes worth 20 shillings, onions 10 shillings, and sukuma wiki for 40 shillings. With these commodities, the lunch is now ready for the family.
Nyanya pia inafaa kuwa ya mbao, lakini sisi tunaweka kama 10 ama 15, alafu kitunguu, alafu mboga. Kwa hiyo familia yangu mboga inaza tutosha tuseme 40 bob.
The high cost of living has not only affected Justa Gatweri, but also Susan, who has turned her business place to be her place of living due to unaffordable housing. Susan Wanjira is a parent and a small-scale businesswoman who fled from his home county, Nyeri, to earn a living in Bypass, Ruiru, Kiambu County, but the current economic situation has proved to be an obstacle.
Lakini mimi nawaga hapa juu shida ile iko, hakuna pesa na ile pesa tunapata ni ya mdomo. Kazi iko chini. Hapa Bypass tunalalamika, hakuna kazi tunang'ang'ana tu, kila mtu anapata. Tukasema sawa. Uchumi iko juu lakini hakuna pesa. Kazi ilikuwa poa lakini saa hii kazi hakuna imeishia, lakini tunangoja tu ile tunapata tu ndio tunashukuru Mungu tu. Sasa ile hatua niliona juu hakuna pesa ya kulipa nyumba, nikaona afadhali nikiwa nimelala hapa na akija moto juu ya mbu ngangana nipate hata ya madawa. Mimi natumianga madawa, sina mtu wa kunisaidia. Auza kitu nikipata na nunua dawa. Sasa hivi hata madawa zangu zimeisha. Saa hii ya sukari. Sasa hakuna no otherwise Lazima ning'ang'ane, ile nitapata nitatubana chache tu ninunue. Sina pesa ya kukopoa nyumba.
Her story is another epitome of how the cost of living has left many Kenyans feeling the pain of the harsh economic conditions due to the high cost of commodities.
Hapa bypass tunalalamika, kuna kazi tunang'ang'ana tu, kila mtu anapata. Tukasema sawa, uchumi iko juu lakini hakuna pesa. Kazi ilikuwa poa lakini saa hii kazi hakuna imeishia, lakini tunangoja tu ile tunapata tu ndio tunashukuru Mungu tu. Sasa ile hatua niliona juu hakuna pesa ya kulipa nyumba, nikaona afadhali nikiwa nimelala hapa na akija moto juu ya mbu, ning'ang'ana nipate hata ya madawa. Mimi natumianga madawa, sina mtu wa kunisaidia. Auza kitu nikipata na nunua dawa. Saa hii hata madawa zangu zimeisha saa hii ya sukari. Sasa hakuna no otherwise. Lazima ning'ang'ane, ile nitapata nitatubana chache tu ninunue. Sina pesa ya kukopoa nyumba.
With the high taxes imposed in many commodities, she has turned up to buy less commodities as customers have turned away due to the hiked prices.
Wateremshe mavitu kiasi, hii makastoma akikuja kununua, waache kulalamika. Kulalamika kama mkate saa hii, na ule hata mtu akikula watamzima, hiyo sio chakula, ni kuchikilia tu, moyo isiende. Sasa kama wangeweza wateremshe mavitu kiasi, watu wataweza kununua. Juu saa hii mkate kama inatoka 65, nauza na 70, ingine inauzwa na 60, nauza na 65. Wageteremsha tu wauze na 50, ingekuwa poa juu. Mtu anaweza kunywa chai na mkate, hiyo lunch inapita.
What is the situation of the economy of the country today? Wycliffe Bichanga is an economist who has illustrated to us the current situation regarding the cost of living in the country.
So currently where we are, things are not good. Things are going up. People are complaining. But the general economic feel is that we have seen stagnated growth over the years. And it is our hope that we will get out of this situation soon so that we can continue with the growth path that we had already taken some years.
According to economist Wycliffe Bichanga, what greatly affects Kenya's economy is the unsteady rise of level of inflation in the country, highlighting that the increase of commodity prices triggers the increase in taxation.
And at the moment, the currency, and it's actually what we've just said about the exchange rates, once the rates go up, that is now they are unstable, they are rapidly increasing, what happens is that the common mwananchi will feel the heat. Will feel the heat because the prices will be unstable, the prices will be unpredictable, and most sadly, the prices will be going up. That affects living because what it means that what you are able to afford for, let's say, 1,000 shillings goes less. If you're able to have unga, 2 packets of unga with 500 shillings, you now realize that you can only have a half or one.
The level of taxation in the country is another cause of the high cost of living, Wycliffe stating that the high taxes imposed on many commodities has also worsened the situation in the country.
Right now, everyone is talking about taxation. We're happy that the government is keen to self-generate income, but we've got to be very careful as a country not to push people the other way around, because when you push people so much, there's that which they can do. So currently what we've seen is, and we're not against taxation, we're not against people paying taxes, but I think we've got to stop, we've got to be careful not to overtax people. And currently what has happened is that there are several new measures that have happened left, right and center, which sort of put questions in people's minds. They want to know which way are we really going? Why are we doing this?
Wycliffe Bichanga goes ahead to advise Kenyans to consider the most important things when budgeting for their money as one of the measures to be able to cope with the high cost of living.
One of the things that everyone should embrace right now is a very underrated item called budgeting. At this point in time, we must budget. Times are hard, the money is little, but can you budget the little that you have? I think to me that should be the biggest advice, that whatever you get, it doesn't matter the figure, sit down, have a proper budget, and try and live to the budget. And also after you budget, make sure that you actually track your expenses.
The high cost of living has continued pushing many Kenyans, while tough economic situation continue to perplex many here in the country. However, citizens still have hope that the government is going to hear their cry and lower the cost of commodities. Charles Kirubi, KUTV.